Okay, so it's really important to just research even just a little bit your topic. Ben Franklin, get him in your head if you're not really sure anything about him. The beginning of the book has a little note that will help you. You can go on Wikipedia, get a quick rundown of his life. Okay, just a little bit of things, few things to remember. One would be the revolution that began America 1776. So that he was born, it says, in 1706. That means he was, most of his life was in Britain. He was a citizen of Britain, of Great Britain, because America hadn't been started yet. Okay, and then he was a founding father, and then after that he was ambassador and a few other things, and he died in 1790. Okay, so the other thing to remember about his life, it comes up over and over if you just do a little bit of research, is that he was a Puritan, or his family were Puritans. Okay, so he at age, what is it, in 1726, so he was pretty young, he wrote a list of virtues, and even in his autobiography, which was published much later, he lists them of things that he tries to do, among which are temperance, silence, order, frugality, industry, sincerity, cleanliness. Very typical of Puritans. Everybody who came here almost was Puritans who founded the country. So it's kind of a good historical fact to remember anyway. The other thing, even just something like that I found out in my research, was just he played chess. Okay, a lot of people nowadays would think you just play because you like to play. He said he wants to learn virtues from it. And he wrote an essay about you can learn caution and strategy, I suppose. Don't cheat, those types of things that you can learn from something. So it's almost like you don't do anything without like sort of increasing your virtue or something to that effect. Publishing, he was a publisher, right? These little sayings that show up in this book, they were first published in a newspaper. He thought publishing was to increase the virtue of all of the people who read it, who read the publication. Okay, if you just do a little bit of research, you can see that's how he thinks that you have to increase the ethical behavior among people by publication. And reading, libraries, all these types of things he was into and promoted. Okay, so that's just a little bit. I'm kind of trying to give you a little bit of a hint to just do a little bit of basic research. It doesn't have to be anything. If you're more of a visual learner, you can try to find a video on it on YouTube. You can do a lot of things, but it's important to just get a little bit of background, get it in your head, a little bit of history, some kind of idea about the person that you're looking at. This will help you also in your papers, okay? A little bit of research goes a long way, especially if it's the kind of the sort of overview or basic general things, to sort of put everything into somewhere where you can hang other things on them. For example, that date that I told you, the 1776, that began America. It's pretty important to know that he was born before that, and that he was beside George Washington, the most important person in beginning the country. So happy research.